Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this tutorial, we will be building a real-time multiplayer quiz game with Vue.js and Pusher. So let's see the final application. So when you go to the home page, you'll be given a URL that you use to invite a second player. So this link. So let's invite a second player in an incognito tab. Alright, so when the second player is invited, the game starts. And it's for 1 minute. I set it for 1 minute here. So when you get the right answer, it will add 10 to your score. You can see correct answer, it has added 10. It has updated it over here via Pusher. So let this other user answer. She got it 10 and it has been updated over here too. So, and if you get the answer wrong, so it will minus 10 from your mark. So you can see this is a wrong answer, so it minus 10 over here, and it's reflected over here. And after 1 minute, the game will be over, and it will announce a winner. So this is it. Player 2 10 points, player 1 0, so player 2 wins. So that's how the final app will be. Alright, so we'll be building our game with Vue.js, and to implement Pusher's client events and presence channels to ensure a user's move is shown real time. So what are client events and presence channels? So I have some small presentation. Pusher's presence channels expose the additional feature of an awareness of who is subscribed to that channel. This gives developers the ability to build features like chat rooms, collaborators on a document, and multiplayer games. All presence channels must be subscribed with the prefix of presence, and as with private channels, a HTTP request is made to a configurable authentication URL to determine if the current user has permissions to access the channel. What are client events? Client events are simply a way in which events can be triggered directly from the client side as opposed to triggering from the back-end server. In our case, we use the client events to update a user on the current score of the other user playing the game. Client events have restrictions to ensure that the user subscribing to the channel is authenticated. Client events must be enabled for the application. You can do this in the settings tab for your app within the Pusher dashboard. Client events must be subscribed. No, the user must be subscribed to the channel that event is being triggered on. Client events can only be triggered on private and presence channels because they require authentication. Client events must be prefixed by client. Events with any other prefix will be rejected by Pusher server, as with events sent to channels in which the client is not subscribed. So you can read more by going to Pusher documentation. Alright, so that's a short description of what client events and presence channels are. Alright, so let's set up Pusher. So you go to dashboard.push, or create an account with Pusher first. Then you go to dashboard.pusher.com, and then you create a new app. So let's create a new app. We'll call it online real-time quiz. Let's call it real-time quiz. We don't need to touch all these other settings. So we create the app. Alright, so we get these app keys. We'll copy these app keys and keep somewhere safe because we'll be needing them. Alright. Then one more thing, you go to in dashboard settings, you go to your app settings and make sure to click this checkbox, enable client events. It enables clients communicate directly with each other, so make sure it's checked. Then you click update. Alright, so that's all for setting up pusher. Alright, so next we'll set up Vue.js. So we'll be using Vue CLI to scaffold our Vue project. So you can install Vue CLI by doing this npm install g vue-cli to install it globally. Then you pull your Vue project with this Vue init webpack, then whatever the name of your project is. Then after that, you go into the folder and run npm run dev to see the application. Alright. Okay, I would like you to run this command also to install these packages, Vue router, Vuex, and Vuetify, because we'll be needing them. So run it, go into the folder and run it to install that. Then let's open our application. I've opened the application in Visual Studio Code. So let's run npm run dev to see our application. Alright. Then after this, we'll set up in Node.js server. We'll create a server.js file. Okay, it has compiled. So let's see the app. Localhost 8081. Alright, so you can see our Vue.js application. Alright, so let's set up a server.js file. This will show that client events can have an authentication route. We said client events require authentication to make sure a user is subscribed to a channel. So that's why we are creating this the server.js file. So let's do it here. Server.js. Then I would like it to, we'll need to install these packages: express, body parser, and pusher, because we'll be needing it in the server.js. So run this command, this one. Alright, so after you've installed these packages, let's work on the server.js file. So start by saying constant. We'll require those packages we installed. Express, go express, then see. This will be body parser. require pusher also that we just installed. Then crypto. Right, you see. Okay, so over here we'll put our credentials that we got when we created our app. So I copied my own over here. So this is it. ID, then the key. And secrets. So that's it. The cluster is EU. So here we'll put the body parser middleware. So like this. Body parser of JSON. Right. So after this, I'll paste this block of code. So this to prevent any potential cause error. That's why we have this block of code. Then we'll create an index API route for express routes. So we'll do like this, app dots. Send. Alright, so after this, paste another code. And what this does is the API route used by pusher as a way of authenticating users. So this is it. Alright, so after this, let's set our ports. Like this, app dots set. We'll be using 5000. We're also listing for it. Now log it out.